Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So last time we started getting our steel smelting in the new smelting plant up and running, so we can create lots and lots of steel, which is going into mechanical parts, which are wonderfully full, which is awesome. Today we want to move the production attached to the steel storage over here, which means we need to move the glass production. I have created a little blueprint bit up here for the glass. I've tidied it up a bit. I've got the slag output going, it's this belt here, going up here, going into the storage temporarily. I've moved some things around, and I've also plugged the acid into the acid that comes off of the copper smelters. So we're going to get that built. We have a little bit of unity, so if we do that, and then we also want that, and we 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 want that pipe, and that pipe, and that pipe. And then we can mark this for deletion, so they don't bring anything else over there, and we also want that pipe there. So all the acid from here will funnel into here, and as it's used up, and I see I missed one little bit just there, as it's used up, this will finally get deleted, and then we can delete that pipe there. Awesome. So these should all be set to bring some stuff in, which they are. Now that that is there, I don't really mind deleting this straight away. So let's just delete that. We did build the glass storage up there, didn't we? Yeah. So if we just tell this to quick remove, it should automatically go into that storage. It has. Same with these should go into any available storages. Let's just quick remove all of these just so it's gone. And the acid will go somewhere, probably to the shipyard, I'm guessing. Don't know where the acid went. Maybe it automatically went into there. It didn't. Don't know where the acid went. That's fine though. Not a problem. So that is being removed. That is awesome. That gives us space then so we can start making this stuff over here. Whilst they are getting rid of that, you can see I did say last time, oh, to get the research going now. But as I was doing a few little bits after the last video, I left the game running so we could get some components built. Construction parts, there we go. So we could, I can't remember what the name was, so we could get some construction parts in stock, which is why all of this is lovely and full. Look at that, wonderful. Where are you taking these bits? Why are you taking construction parts to the shipyard? No idea why you would be doing that. It's already pretty full. We want you to be kept empty, if anything. Why are you taking construction parts over there? Or did you take recyclables over there? What are you carrying? Construction parts. I don't know why they're bringing construction parts over. Like, literally no idea. Nothing is being built or planned. So quite why they're doing that, I have no idea whatsoever. Anyway, glass is up and running by the look of it. That should all be fine. You are currently missing glass mix, but that is being produced. So that is fine. That's why you're not both running at the moment. But it's all looking like it should be working, which is wonderful. Okay then. They do take 30 glass, although it does take more broken glass if they use broken glass. But then it goes into the balancer, so it shouldn't actually be a problem. In terms of throughput, I was thinking, shouldn't actually be a problem unless these are, yeah, they only, no, so it should all be fine. Should all be fine. Anyway, that storage has emptied, so we can delete that pipe and we can delete that pipe. Excellent. So that's that tidied up. That is the glass done. That is that all gone. We can start doing that. Before we do that, I was talking about research briefly. I said that I queued some research up because we were doing, while I was waiting for the construction parts to build. So I've got a few things queued up. I think something may have finished, but I can't remember what. But we're working on ship weapons currently. Then we are going to do then we're going to do exhaust filtration, which is a big one, as that will allow us to take our exhaust and scrub it and get rid of it and turn it into carbon dioxide. Now the carbon dioxide is also sent into a smokestack like exhaust is, but if we come down and find, there we go, so 900 exhaust creates 450 air pollution, 900 carbon dioxide only creates 225, so it's half the air pollution. So if we can get all of our air polluters, and there are a lot of them, if we can get them all plugged up into the scrubber, that will half our air pollution. And I was looking at this before. If we look at pollution, air pollution is the big one. Ship pollution, yeah, it's minimal. Vehicle pollution, yeah, it's pretty minimal. Water pollution, yeah, it's pretty minimal. Air pollution, oh, it's a big one. So if we can get rid of that, that's really going to help. I was also looking at the recipes and everything for up here, and I decided we need to expand this a bit more compared to what it was. So I noticed there was a heavy oil to naphtha recipe in the cracking unit, which I thought would be useful because I don't want to turn in heavy oil into diesel, and if it fills up with heavy oil, it would go into storage. But if we completely fill up with heavy oil, the distillation stage 1 can't run, that's no good. So if you have a secondary recipe turning the heavy oil into naphtha, then that's a good thing, because then the naphtha can get turned into fuel gas, and then the fuel gas can get turned into hydrogen or whatever it needs. That's fine. Also, I saw this wonderful little recipe down here which can take excess sulfur and turn it into slag with a little bit of limestone. So if the sour water producers are making too much sulfur and the sulfur isn't getting used in the rubber production or wherever else sulfur gets used, I can't think where else it gets used, we can put a priority on to say that if the storage is full for whatever reason, whack some sulfur in there, turn it into slag, get rid of that. That's very useful. The last thing, I noticed the electrolyzer down here can turn ammonia into nitrogen and hydrogen. So the ammonia also comes from the sour water stripper and is planned to go into the fertilizers. But if for whatever reason, these should be making fertilizer 1, which would go straight into fertilizer 2. If for whatever reason we can't make fertilizer 2, if all of our farms are so heavily fertilized that there is just no need to have it, then we can send excess ammonia into the electrolyzer, which produces nitrogen, which we can just send into the smokestack. And it creates hydrogen, which can go back into our loop over here. So there are some new additions to the build. We're going to need 3 of those, I believe. And another 4 of the cracking units for the heavy oil into naphtha. So, a bit more expansion. That's going to be fun to get all that planned out at some point. What I have done in the meantime is I have planned out our what looks like massive overkill for our steam production. So, starting over at this bit here. Here we have all of the pipe balancers. So the bottom one prioritizes the input from the top one prioritizes the input from that one, etc. And then we have the inputs from all of these going in order. They're not lined up. That's going to infuriate me. The rest of them are lined up. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to change that. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Let's put this, where it has to go this way. If we flip it. Now I got myself all confused. That way we want it, isn't it? Yes. So that should go there. That should go there. And then this should go here. Okay, right, let's just sort this out quickly. So we can get rid of that, copy one of those, bring that there, turn off that, bring that up to this height. Yes. And then connect that to there. Then we want to copy that, pop that in there, get rid of that, connect this to that top pipe. Excellent. And then we're going to have to change these as well. So let's get rid of that and get rid of that. This one's the wrong way around, isn't it? Yes. Should be like that. And then we want to take a pipe. We want to plug this into here. Can we just... No, that's too much. Can we just... Not really is the answer to that. Not really. Okay, let's just get rid of that, 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 get rid of that. And then I need to remember which is which. So the water is the bottom one, the oil is that one. They are on the wrong recipe at the moment, so I'll have to sort that out. There we go. That should all be fine. And then this should be heavy oil. Right, with that done. Not quite, because we have to do these as well. There we go. So we have heavy oil as our primary priority burn. We have heavy oil, we have, if we just take a bit of this, we can see the icons. It's not going to show me the icons. Heavy oil, I can see it up here. We have heavy oil, we have naphtha, we have fuel gas, we have hydrogen, we have coal, and then we have wood chips. For the wood chip production, we have these here with the wood storage up here. Most of them exhaust, which goes into this large chimney stack. There we go, over here. It's quite late, I do apologize. One of them, which is the hydrogen burn, exhaust depleted steam, which goes into these. They get fed at the moment directly into the water storage, but we might have to think about what we're going to do there, because we're going to want to prioritize that over any other input. And then the water input comes over here, runs along it all, and goes into all of them. And then, yeah, we've got this horrific mess of pipes over here. Why are there two pipes poking out there? One of them is going to be the water, one of them is going to be the hydrogen. I don't know if I need these output bits sticking out. I think there's only one water one, which is that one, or there's another one there. I don't know if I need them, but I've sort of put them there and built the pipes around them, thinking it'd be easier to do it that way than beg forgiveness later by having to rebuild all the pipes, which would be very frustrating for me. So yes, so that is our power station, or our steam station, I should say. It is ready to go. Obviously, can't do much until we get rid of this. So, over here then. We could technically now delete all of this, but I'm not going to quite yet because of fear. What we want, however, is... Let's start off with this chunk. So we want all of this. Currently this is lined up pretty much directly out of the mechanical parts output. Yeah, that's fine. So that's pretty much where we're going to want that. We want enough space so we could double that up if we needed, which we have given ourselves, so that's fine. If I actually pop that there, we could even probably move this back a little bit. Let's put it there. We don't need that random little bit, so let's get rid of that. And we don't need that anymore, that was just our marker. And then we had mechanical parts going up and into these. I didn't copy any of those belts. Let's copy those. We're going to have to tidy it up a little bit, but let's copy those. They are going to go roughly there. Let's get rid of that for the moment. And get rid of that for the moment. So that is what we have. Our two maintenance producers, which can be expanded this way. Our two vehicle parts Marks 1, which can be expanded that way. We've got enough room to extend that if we needed. Same with that one there. I'd like to tidy up this belt work, but I'm also just not sure if I'm all that bothered. So maybe we won't worry about that. And then that belt which comes off of there, well, that one only goes and carries on like the mechanical parts in... What direction? So we already deleted that little bit. I don't know what we got rid of there then. Oh, no, that's the electronics which carry on in that direction. We might not need to do that because we have electronics there. We might need to obviously dip them down. So I think what we're going to do here, which is going to confuse everything immensely, is we are going to connect our mechanical parts on the bottom row, whereas they were on the top row previously. And then we are going to delete that and unity that. Whenever you like. And then we are going to come off there, up there. We're going to come off there and go up there. And then we need to flip that belt, flip that belt, flip that belt. And then we're also going to have to make that a 200, but let's get that belt built first because that's important, because that's dealing with other stuff. This one, I can't remember what that one was. I think it was steel or something. And it was the steel going down here. Okay. And then let's upgrade that one. Upgrade that one. And upgrade that one. Excellent. The one issue we have is that the electronics go into these first, but it did that before anyway, so that's fine. So we have mechanical parts, we have electronics, they are going to go down to these. So let's have a go at uniting these because they are the most important. Mechanical, oh, that's going to have to be upgraded as well once that's built. Let's do that. And this steel belt, do I like it being there? I don't know. It does go down there, which is kind of useful. So for that, we would have to take this belt over to here and up to there. Okay, that's fine. Do I want to tidy that up a little bit? It'd be nice because the belts are all a bit of a shimmy sham, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. So that steel belt is going over there at the moment for the construction parts, but that will go at some point. So with the maintenance up and running, we can pause those two. We can pause that one because we've got that one there now. Although there are there's some belt flipping shenanigans need to happen. How many mechanical parts do you use? 24? So we're going to have to upgrade some of these belts, aren't we? At the very least, those two. So let's do that. Excellent. That is that sorted. Low supply of diesel should be fine. Should be fine. Everything's running. You are making diesel. It's fine. I'm not too concerned because there's diesel everywhere else. Okay. You don't have the construction parts Mark II. That's fine. They're on their way. Are you sure? Because we've got lots there. We have 421. Can I not Unity? Can't Unity vehicle depots. That's fine. Whatever. And then we have our research section. So... hold on, I didn't mean to build all of those. Pause those two, because we're not actually using those at the moment. That's fine. And then we have all of this, which currently sits in a place it can't quite fit. Okay. And down here we have a bit that I have deleted. So I don't know what was coming onto that. What were you supposed to have? Oh, that's the glass. Yes, of course. So that's the glass belt, which we don't currently have. So we're not currently making any of that. So we may as well, if let's just delete it. We may as well just, it'd be nice to have that other bit built first, but if I can't fit it in, I can't fit it in. So why don't we just delete that bit? This bit we will quick remove. This bit we will quick remove, thank you. And get rid of all of that. Excellent. Running low on Unity, however, less excellent, but it's fine. It's fine. So once they get rid of that, we can cut this. And it went, where did it go before? Oh, so the machine's all lined up. That's where it went before. So it went about here. There is another tier of vehicle parts. Oh, there is also something horrible that I... Oh, no, 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 no. Damn it. Damn it. I thought there was a way of like getting back your last blueprint, but it appears to have gone. Damn it. Anyway, that's frustrating. There is another tier of vehicle parts to come. So that's going to go, if we can make sure there's enough space for a double if we need, that's going to go about there. Oh man, that's so annoying. That's why you always copy. That's why you always copy rather than cut. What was that? Low diesel, low mechanical parts. But that's, that one is complaining. That's fine. It's going to turn the alert off of that one because we don't need that anymore because it's not producing any mechanical parts. It's just slowly emptying. We have a high supply of sulfur and there are mining designations outside of the areas. That's fine. Oh man, I can't believe I did that. That is so annoying. So then we're going to have roughly that. So we're going to want the research about here. So this we want set to do lab parts 1. And then we want another lot of these. Because this was going like this. That's probably fine. It gives us enough room to double that up. We also need, so lab parts 1 have 2 inputs. Give me a 2 input belt copy. Thank you. So we are going to have to move this down slightly. Did it again. To there. And this is going to go roughly there. This has struggling to find a destination it can reach. Why? Oh my word, what are you trying to get to? All of that? That's... Have you... Well, don't go... Just dig that bit out. Hang on, what? Oh, I see, because you dug that out, but that bit hasn't been told to dig down. That's fine. We can solve that, my friend. We can solve that. Why can I not... Weird. It's being very odd over here. I can't quite figure out what it's doing. It won't let me put the rest of it in. There we go. I mean, anyway, that'll do. That's that solved. Excavator struggling, no diesel, receiver and mining. That's fine. Okay. We need a 3 belt for this one. So let's copy, I mean, we also, not that we need it, but let's get that built. They shouldn't really be able to make anything at the moment because they don't have, oh, they're just pumping the glass in. Are we going to belt the glass in? We may as well do that whilst we're here. How much glass do you take? 2, so a standard belt will be fine. Where are you? You are there. It's getting a bit close to that mine there, though, isn't it? So let's bring this... Not there. I'm trying to line you up. Why did you go down? Why was that a thing you did? Stay at height 5. I guess just go there for now, that's fine. We need a threefer, which is going to go there, and we're going to have to check all the belt directions and everything because they're probably all horrifically wrong. That's fine. So vehicle parts are going to come in on the bottom. It should be fine with a standard belt. We don't need that little section just there. We can bring that into there, that into there. Oh, actually, there's little Mark II bits hidden around. Let's get rid of those. And then we can get rid of that little nubbin. In terms of mechanical parts, 1632, I mean, technically it probably doesn't need to be a Mark II belt. I was going to build these bits first. No, not that. Just so that when we delete the Mark II bits, it doesn't freak out too much. Okay. And what does it use? Mechanical parts and electronics. So I think we'll have to swap around that bottom belt, because yeah, I don't know. No, I don't need that. That's wrong. Let's not do that. Which probably also means I should shove all that down a bit. So that's gonna go, that's gonna go, oh, I did it again. Why do you keep doing that? Oh, because you've built that. Don't build that. Not sure how I managed to do that, but whatever. So we need to get rid of a little bit of this. Let's cut that, put that in line with that one, which I think is there. Yes. What was I bringing the glass down for? I can't remember. This was electronics and mechanical parts. So we have mechanical parts there and electronics there. So if we bring this... Did I not have... Am I getting myself very confused? Am I getting myself very confused? You need the glass, which is coming from here, which is sort of annoyingly on that belt. So if we come from here... do that, and let's just unpulse that. So that's the glass for you sorted, and unpulse that. Thank you. You are also glass. Oh, because you were the temporary markers for other stuff, weren't you, that we're never actually going to build. So I'm going to take that recipe off because it is confusing for me. And we're going to do that. And then you needed mechanical parts and electronics. So what's the best place to bring them down? We do have... Oh, we're going to get rid of all of this though, aren't we? Let's pause that. Let's pause that. I might as well pause that because it's doing nothing. In fact, we may as well just start deleting this stuff. I'm happy that everything over here is running now, so I think I'm going to get to the point where I'm going to say delete all of that. Delete that. Why did you have steel coming in? Where did that steel come from? You're paused. You're paused. So where did we have steel? Don't know. Let's get rid of that though, and then let's... Oh, it's going to feel pretty good to do this, but let's get rid of all of that. I enjoyed that muchly. And we'll tidy up the belts and stuff in a minute. For now... 2, 3, 4. So you make 24, you consume 24, so... Nope, 'cause you're on the wrong recipe. You do not consume 24. You consume 12. So technically, we only need half of them for this one. Or we could have 8 of those for 4 of those, but let's leave it at that for the minute. Let's get that belted up. Let's get that belted up. Which means we also need to go to there. And to there. And to there. That box does not need to be there. You are serving no purpose. Okay. So electronics are coming over from there, mechanics from there. So it's probably best for us to bring it over in this direction. So let's bring this to here. You're going to be weird about it. That's fine. It's because that's in the way, so we need to come out an extra tile. So this is this one. And then we also need... Oh, annoyingly, is hidden by the... So let's take the glass from there back to about there. Bring that down one. That went to there. That will go to there. Okay, that's that sorted. And then we can get rid of all of this for a second. Bring that in at height 4 to about there. And then take a copy off of this. At height 5. It's very annoying you do it like that. Let's do... the bottom one first, I guess. What way do we want this to go? Do we want it to go 1, 2, 3? You can't join if not flat. Let's bring it up because we're not going to have anything in the middle there at any point. I don't think. Flip that around. Wait, no, that's the lower one, isn't it? Yep, no, that's wrong. Right. Flip that. Flip that. Flip that. Flip that. Flip that. Flip that. I wish it would do this differently. Right. So that's one of them done, and then we want height 5 into there. How much do you take? 16. So we're probably going to be fine with Mark normal belts, Mark 1 belts. So let's connect that to there, turn snapping off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Might need to move that if we do ever expand that out that way, but that's like the temporary hold-in one anyway, so it's probably not much of a concern. So we want this to go to this, this to go to this, this to go to this. Nope, because we had snapping off for all of that. So we want, with snapping on, this to go to this, this to go to this, this to go to this. We will want some of those to be Mark II belts, actually. So let's take that, put that as a Mark II. No, other way around, isn't it? That would be Mark 1. That would be Mark 1. You and you would be Mark 2. Like that. Okay. I can't remember how many of these I had built before. I think probably just 2, right? So that's unpause, 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 unpause. Pause. I thought it was a Mark II belt, but it's just because of the other one underneath it. Unpause that. Unpause that. And then unpause that. Excellent. That leaves this tier of research, which needs paper and glass. Did we not just belt glass in down here? We absolutely did. So if we take this, in fact, I'm going to bring that off. Okay, you can go to height 2 in that sort of same. Transport was not found. Sometimes, game, you do everything you can to challenge me. So that is going to be snapping back on. Why will you not? There, that's what I wanted. Like that. So that's the glass coming in. We have the Mark 1 parts there, so then we just need the paper. I suppose ideally we want the paper to be on this side. I think I had it on the other side before, but it makes more sense for it to be on this side. And keep that a little bit full. And then the paper can go into there. None of that should need to be Mark II. You are the wrong way around, obviously. You should go there. You should be flipped. 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 You should be deleted. Is what you should be. Okay. So if we unpause 2 of those, they can run 4 of these. So if we unpause all of that, which should be everything we need. Oh, how are our vehicle upgrades doing? It's all done. Let's carry... Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, blimey, Charlie, I forgot. Wood was going down quite a lot, but it looks like it's stocked back up again. We were down to 20,000 at one point. There are no trees to harvest, you say? Oh my gosh. You absolute legends. You absolute legends. There are a couple of trees there you haven't done, but I assume you just can't reach them. That's fine. I'm not going to chastise you for that. That fog is impenetrable. So we have these trees down here, or these ones up here. I guess down here... hang on. We're more likely to build there, or up on this nice massive flat bit here. So let's get that done. Alright, now you have trees to harvest. Stop your whining. No lab available. Yes, that's absolutely fine. So we want to have, it makes 12, so that's fine on a tier 1 belt. So you are going to come to here. I'm just going to put you there for the minute. You are going to come here. You are going to be lab equipment 2. You are going to go into there. You are going to go to there. You are going to go to there. You are going to go to there. What are you... That's interesting. Not quite sure. Can you please get rid of that? Thank you. Not quite sure how you managed that, but that's going to change the symmetry a little bit, but hey diddly ho, is what it is. So we have the glass coming in. We don't really need anything being brought in. I was being brought into that one because it wasn't belted up, but now it is. Okay, and then we're just going to copy this little bit of belt on the assumption the next ones also need 3, just so we have an idea of where that's going to go. Then we're going to unpause that. And then we need the actual research labs, which we also definitely deleted. Man, that's such a pain. Where be research labs? Oh, it's right there. So it's these ones we want. Do we need them? I think I had them quite far away before, but do we need them far away, or was that just me being a bit silly? If we do it like here, 2, 3, 4. And then for now, we can just belt this straight into here. That is the wrong way round. Like that. And then let's unpause 2 of them, and we'll see how we go. Okay. Okay. Truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. What are you trying to reach? 2 things. You're trying to reach this. Oh, I see. What you mean is you got yourself stuck in there because you're a moron. That's okay. Let's not do that. Let's use the cut. And now you should be free. And then we have all these just extra little bits that we no longer need. So we have all of these mechanical parts, which are currently... Yeah, I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet a little bit and just say, look, quick remove them, mate. These ones down here, yeah, quick remove them. This lab equipment, quick remove it. This lab equipment, do you know what? Quick remove it. And then we're going to have to be a little bit careful up here, thinking about how we're going to do this. Let's quick remove that. Let's quick remove that. Hopefully that wasn't feeding anything. Oh, it totally was. It was feeding stuff off that belt, but it's not the end of the world. So we can get rid of that belt. All of that. We can take this water. And connect that back up before that causes us problems. We can delete this belt, all of those belts. We can delete those belts, and those belts. And then what do we have down here? We have mechanical parts being brought over here, but they're not going anywhere. Or they are, they're going over here. So we still need mechanical parts brought over there. We are going to have to tidy that up because we don't really want it coming down this low, but we don't need those bits. Sorry, that's electronics being brought over there. Mechanical parts are being taken from here, belted over to... Wait, what's going on there? Oh, so we don't need that one anymore. We don't need that one anymore. We don't need that belt anymore. And I don't think we need any of these being brought over anymore, do we? 'Cause those aren't going anywhere. Let's just wait for that to tidy up and see where we are. How much of that kind of Unity? Oh, so I think I told you to delete. Or I didn't tell you to delete, and then I emptied you, and then you immediately filled back up from somewhere. So let's just get rid of you. Okay, okay. So what do we have left? We have a steel belt and an electronics belt. They are coming over here to do the construction parts. That will have to obviously be moved at some point. But now that we have cleared this space, although this is going to have to move. Can we unity that and that? Unity that. Connect that to there for the moment. Although that is temporary because I don't like that at all. That'll just get that box filled up. That we can connect up there. Once that box is filled up, we'll connect that to there to act as a buffer and get rid of this little mess in the middle, or at least flip this one around so it's pointing to that. Okay, mark that one to be deleted. Once it has filled that box up. Excellent. We have a couple of little erroneous parts left behind. Let's get rid of those. Research is looking good, mechanical parts are looking good, electronics are looking good. It's all looking pretty good right now. It's all looking pretty good. Are you as shocked as I am? So now we just have to get our iron moved over. This bit over here. Move that over here. Move the construction of the construction parts over. And then we can think about doing this. Oh, it's getting exciting. Is this... Oh, that box could have stayed where it was. Oh, okay. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's copy that steel thing. So we can go over the top. Which is going to go there. And then let's get rid of this for now. Because we know that's going to be a problem. So it does fit there, which was the main concern. Yeah, okay. Okay. Delete that. Delete that. Connect that back up. Connect... I want to delete a bit more of that, I suppose. Well, I suppose we don't actually need this here, but I suppose it does act as a buffer. In case we do have any sort of water. What height is it? It is 5. So let's bring that to here and connect that to there. And then unity that, and that, and that. It's just a nice little buffer. It's just a nice little buffer. And then over here, what did we do before? We did leave a little one out. Did we do that everywhere? Yeah, we did. Okay. So let's bring this. Okay, let's do it the other way. So we're going to get storage first. What do we do with the storage? I think we left like a couple of spaces. So that's going to be a problem in terms of those pipes. Is it just the one pillar it's colliding with? I think so. We could probably deal with that by doing something like this. Unity that. Pop that there. Copy that. Connect that to that. That's better. We don't then need that. Well, I suppose we... No, we don't need that one. Well, we need to know where it is, I suppose. So let's do that. And then do that. And then do... Ooh. How much do these output? 24. So let's say 50, 100, 200. Okay, so we are going to need to bring some of these in. Oh, it's too close to another flat connector. Okay. Okay. And these will have to be upgraded. 5100, so that's 200. And then that's another 100. Okay. So that's how that's going to look. I didn't really check that for the rest of these. It's probably going to be an issue, but it's done for that one now. Oh, we need to unity that at some point. We did. At least we had those buffers there. That was helpful. Let's mark this one for... I didn't really want to do that. It's fine. Mark it for deletion. Get rid of that pipe. Okay. Okay. And then it's a case of deleting these belts if we're happy we've got enough construction parts, and we are full of construction parts. How are we doing for time? We're doing all right, actually. So let's delete that. Delete that. I suppose we need to build a couple of these first, don't we? At the moment we are making 124, 224, 324. That's 24 each, so if we get 2 of these built, and then we're going to have to think about how we're going to do all of this. So we're going to need iron storage. We are going to need slag output, which we're going to take from there. We are going to need coal and limestone, which is the same as we have over here. So let's take a copy of these and pop those on this side. The coal... the coal goes into there, and the limestone goes into there. I believe that is correct. So let's unpause all of that. Let's unpause you and you. Let's... no, that's fine. We don't need to flip anything because it's all okay. Let's unpause you, and you. We're then going to need that bit, that bit, that bit, that bit, as well as that bit, that bit, that bit, and that bit. Don't want that bit, but we do want this bit down here. I don't care if trucks can't get to it. I don't want them getting to it. And then we want to unpause all of that, and 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 that. Well, not necessarily that. If you haven't started building that, don't worry about it. Oh no, we do want that. So we want that. And that gives us 4 lots of 24. We're currently making 3 lots of 24. That's relatively simple. Relatively simple. Can we unity some of this? Can we unity any? Oh, don't want to go too far because we don't want to build stuff we don't need. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. So then we need brick storage, which I'm going to put right there. And we need wood storage right there. I suppose... might consider moving those. Because we're going to want to flip this around, essentially, so it's pointing in this direction. Because if we want to expand it, once it's here, we want to expand it this way, really, I think. So let's have a little look at that. If we take a copy of all of you, and then we flip. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. So that's currently there, but that storage might be a little bit closer. The storage is how much closer? 2 tiles. So if we go 1, 2, go about there, I think. That's probably about right. And then the question is this too far out if we wanted to put all of this in? I mean, if anything, we've got room to play with, haven't we? Because it's going to go about there-ish, isn't it? I think it is going to have to go in a different place, though. It's not going to be suitable there. So let's put this... The thing is, we had it belted in before. We want that again. This is kind of like free room. It's not a lot is going to go in that space, I don't think. So let's put it there. Let's delete that. The iron went into the top for some reason. But okay. Iron 1, 2. And then it doesn't really matter which order, I suppose, but seeing as we had a particular order before, let's do the same again. Let's think if that does double up. It's going to go up to that pillar, so we'll put these about here to make sure we've got enough room. So this has to go up to height 1. Well, we want it to come out 1 first, and then go up to height 1 over here, and into there. And then the wood, we don't want it at height 1. You are just going to come here and here. Okay. I think we're ready to go, aren't we? So let's unpause that, those 3, that belt, that belt, that belt, that belt, that storage, that belt. Let's unpause those 3 and... Ah, yes, we have to think about the other inputs for these, don't we? And where that's going to come from now that I've flipped them around. That's fine. So this is almost certainly going to have to change. So if we just do that, flip, 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 something like that. Let's... What bit didn't flip? Lots of it. You and you. But let's unpause that, all of that. And then we want, at the very least, 1 storage made. We want to do the same thing over here. Hello. And we want to flip. Don't flip that one. Flip that bit. That bit, and that bit, and that bit. And then unpause that, and unpause that. That should be fine, and then we want to unpause that. We are very nearly at the point where we can just get rid of all of this. That is crazy. We don't have enough workers, but that's fine, because we're about to go pause, 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 pause. Pause, 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 pause. And as if by magic, we suddenly have oodles of workers. Oh, I didn't think I'd get quite this far. We are almost at the hour mark, so we do have to think about stopping incredibly soon. But can we get... It's going to be a bit of a temporary measure again. Let's unity that. Let's bring this. This was blocks, wasn't it? And then the wood. If we delete from there to there. Unity that. Turn that off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Did that do something weird there? I don't think so. Bring that there. Connect that there. Unpause, unpause. So we are not full of iron there, so why aren't you making iron? You say you are full of iron. Oh, I don't get that. Oh, because you're steel storage. Oh, okay. Okay, well that makes sense. Delete you, please. Off you go. In fact, do I have to delete? Or can I just say empty it and make it iron? I'm going to just say empty it and make it iron. That does mean that this belt needs to be cleaned. 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 Okay, well now we should have the right products coming out, which is iron. Excellent. That's going to help matters immensely. We have concrete blocks coming in. We have wood on its way. So now we can say delete all of that. Delete all of that. Delete. And be careful of that pipe there. Delete, delete, delete. Delete. Delete, 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 delete. And then we can just go, do you know what? Just delete all of that. Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels good. Let's quick remove, get that gone. We've got so many construction parts. A lot of them are going to get taken to the shipyard. That's fine, whatever. Quick remove, get rid of that. Did I not just quick remove that? Or did you just fill up immediately because you're connected to that? That's probably what happened. Quick remove, quick remove. Wood, quick remove. Concrete slabs, quick remove. Don't know where you're going to go. All that iron, quick remove it. Get it gone, get it gone. All that iron ore, quick remove. All that coal, quick remove. And we are basically at the point where we're going to stop now. But next time we can get this up here. We can then get the belts done. It will automate the movement of all of the ores and everything between all of these. I think there is a little bit of... I don't think I've done it yet, have I? No, there's a little bit of finagling to get the... because this uses sand. So we need to get the limestone over there, which currently stops here. So we do need to get this limestone over here. So we will need to do a bit of belt finagling to get that done. But once we've done that next time, which I'm confident will happen next time, get rid of that. Start planning this. Ooh, it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. Let's just copy all of this a second. Did we get anything I didn't want? We got a little bit, that's fine. In fact, I probably want to, because I've put it up to it as close as I can. Or do I want? I might actually want that, mightn't I? So we might want to do like that. So we can say this is going to go here. Just about leaves enough room at the back there for trucks to get through. Might want to do an extra little bit of flattening to be sure. Plenty of room behind. The only thing in the way are those belts and those pipes. And those boxes over there, but we'll get rid of all that as part of this. Oh man, that is so exciting. That is so exciting. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. How's everything else doing? Research, we've got so much. We might as well unpause that one and get that one built. Because we've got oodles of it. In theory, they can each run one, but I was just concerned about our... do we have an alert on this? We do. I was just concerned about our electronics and our mechanical parts. Wanted to make sure we had plenty of space for those, and apparently we do. Could have left more room there if we wanted to upgrade that to twofer at some point. I suppose we could just move all of that down. We're probably not going to need a big box with vehicle parts at any point. Oh, we did very vaguely talk about upgrading trucks at some point, didn't we? If we wanted to do that, it's only the unassigned ones left. Do you know what? Just do them all. Just start doing them all. Why not? We should have oodles of parts. If we start running out, we can just pause it. That port's blocked. I don't care. That port's blocked. I don't care. Oh, what a time to be alive. We could probably even unpause these, but we're already full of construction parts. We've got so many construction parts, we don't know what to do with it. And then at some point, we need to unpause everything and get it all built. Even if we go back and pause all the buildings afterwards, it's probably a good idea to have it built at some point. Man, that is looking good. What do you think, guys? What do you think of the brand new construction processing smelting plant? I think it's pretty spectacular. There are definitely going to be a new tier of those, but there's plenty of room for that. There's definitely going to be a new tier of lab stuff, but there's room for that. I think there's going to be a new tier of vehicle parts, but we've left room for that as well. Copper, we're only doing that with it at the moment. There might be more, but there's all of this room for that. We do have to look at... How's our concrete doing? It's pretty full. I can't copy the... What one did I... Oh, darn. What one did I use? It's this one, wasn't it? Because the one thing we do have now is the fact that... well, one, it's left lots of holes and things. And two, because we've moved stuff around, a lot of our more heavily travelled routes are no longer actually covered. So we could probably just do like... Well, I was going to say let's do all of that, but that's not going to help. We could do... quite happily do everything along here. Because that, we are pretty confident, is not going to be covered up. We could put that down to be done. Don't know so much about this bit, so I'm going to leave that bit for now. We do have this bit here, which is a pretty heavily travelled route. So let's do that. There is also this bit here. And then we do need to go back and fill in all these silly little gaps that it, for some bizarre reason, just decided to miss out. But this is probably not going to be a very heavy traffic area down here anymore. But still, if it's done, it's done. I say that, a truck just went straight down there to deliver some lab parts. So there is traffic going there. And then we're going to want to like do all of that. And like that. Well, that's quite a lot, to be honest. Oh, is it where there were trees? And so the trees got removed when the stuff around it was filled in, but I'll say trees, like bushes I meant. Maybe that's what the little holes are. Maybe I should have used the Unity to remove all the plants first, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's let them do that as they get more concrete in, which should be filling up. Cool. Well, so exciting times ahead. Almost at the point we can get rid of that. We can start planning the oil. Almost got our new production plant up and running. Although saying that, I did see this when I was doing the research and stuff before. Arc Furnace 1 uses the copper ore crushed, or the ore crushed and limestone and graphite to make molten iron. Its main benefit is it produces a lot less exhaust. So if we just have a little look at molten iron here. If you use coal, it is 36 exhaust. If you use graphite, it is 6 exhaust. So it is 1/6. Saying that, it is only a 24 to 24 rather than 48 to 48. So it's actually 1/3 of the exhaust. But then you need to have graphite to do it. But if we did that, if we are going to have to research the arc smelter, because it is the one which leads to electronics. If we did that, and we're suddenly only making 24 molten iron, when all of this is built around 48 molten iron, it would break all of this. All of that would need completely redoing, which would break my tiny little heart. So we might wait till we've got the arc furnace 2 before we think about using graphite to do it. If we can get the exhaust filtration at some point, which actually we do have now, so we need to look at doing that. If we get that up and running, then it's going to reduce our air pollution by quite a lot. And then at some point we can turn the CO2 into graphite. So if we have a little look at graphite, I've never dealt with graphite before. So you can make it from CO2, which is wonderful. That's in the chemical plant too. Or you can use coal and chlorine to make some graphite and sour water, but it takes 2 times the power that a normal chemical plant takes. Obviously I don't have that quite yet. I don't know. I don't think that's very far. I think you might get that with... where are we? Where on earth are we? Where's the arc? Do you get it with the arc furnace? Yeah, you get that recipe with the arc furnace. So we probably will have to do a little bit of that just to get the graphite, because if we need any silicon or electronics, you have to have graphite to get the molten silicon. Yeah, there's no recipe which doesn't require molten silicon, so it's graphite for the molten silicon. So we're going to need to have some for that. Not a lot though, thankfully, so we'll see how that goes. And then, yeah, I don't even know what electronics and stuff are used for. PCBs, electronics. Electronics 2, that is. We haven't even seen Electronics 1. Was that originally Electronics 1, but they renamed them? We should get them both at the same time? Got no idea. Got no idea. And then we also make plastics. What do you do with plastics? You make snacks. And disinfectants and PCBs and medical equipment and all sorts of stuff. Lots of stuff I have never gone anywhere near, and lots of stuff I am convinced that as soon as I unlock it, I'm going to look at this and go, that's going to break my entire wonderful designs that I have spent so much time working on. But that's the way the game goes. Not going to complain about it. That is the game. Where are they? Oh, they went out here to clear trees, didn't they? They should be up here. Oh yeah, they're up here, look. Is our wood storage full? So we've got a lot of trucks up here just doing nothing. I was at one point concerned that our wood storage was... our wood storage is not full. Is it because there's stuff on the way that's going to fill it up? Nothing telling me it's going to be filled up. What is your... No jobs. Why don't you take that wood and deliver it somewhere? So he is going over here. Why are you not taking wood? Are you not taking wood there? Trucks can import cargo. It hasn't been blocked off, has it? I'm very sure it hasn't. Nope, definitely got access to it. Why are you not taking wood there, my friend? Don't understand. No matter. Cool, well... things are definitely progressing. That is looking amazing. I've never had such a neat, and it's not even finished yet. Once all those belts at the back are in, I think it's going to look absolutely incredible. I've never had such a neat looking factory in Captain of Industry. I don't know if any of you watched my first season, but it was a lot more chaotic than this. This is quite nicely spread out, defined. I mean, it is taking up a lot of space because of that, so we haven't got a lot of room to grow when new things come in. But I guess that's what this plateau is for, and that's why we are slowly flattening that. How is our land reclamation project going? It's getting there. We do now have that, which is exactly what I wanted, because we are going to want that, we are going to want that, we are going to want that, and we're going to want that to go there, there, and there. We're going to move that at some point, once we think we've got enough space down here to think about doing a... I've honestly got no idea how to go about doing a waste reclamation sort of system. I know, as I mentioned before, other people have got them. I'm going to delete that for now just to save the trucks a tiny bit of fuel. But I don't want to use people's blueprints. I think that goes against the spirit of the game. I did that. It wasn't in a series I put on the channel, but I did that when I played Dyson Sphere Project, because I very much felt like for that game you almost had to use blueprints. Like this, you don't have to use blueprints. Like I haven't actually used blueprints. I don't have any blueprints. It is empty. I will probably save some of these things as blueprints in for future use, because I think some of this is quite good. So I'll save like that as like a modular system, and like that and everything. But yeah, I've thought that Dyson Sphere, it felt like you had to use blueprints, really, because there was a very specific way of building things in that game. If you've not played it, the way the planets are shaped and the way things can get put down, the optimal building space is in like the center of the planet around the equator, so you had to build stuff there. So it just led to, I thought, a very... and using the blueprints and just whacking blueprints down, and it sort of took all the fun out of the game for me, to be honest. So yeah, so I'm trying really hard not to do that. Well, I'm not doing that. It's going quite well at the moment, I think. Food is going fine. We are still basically out of vegetables, but hey ho, is what it is. We will look potentially at expanding the farms when all this is done as well. But I hope you're enjoying Captain of Industry. If you are, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing, incredible, wonderful things. Thank you to everyone who's watching this series and enjoying it and commenting. I apologize for not replying to your comments. I will try to get around to it at some point. I promise. Don't hate me. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.